So Will Tennyson's fans are upset because he got pushed insanely hard at the most dangerous gym in America.
I think we're up to 8 plates per side. Light press. This next set. I don't know.
Well, guess what? I'm actually a Will Tennyson fan, and I loved the video. We've got people in the comments saying, what are you training for? We've got people saying this is so unsafe. We've got Greg Duchette saying they aren't using proper form.
Thank you, Greg.
Well, guess what? If you watch Hattie's video as well as Will, which is 3 to 4 times as long as Will's, you actually get the disclaimers in the beginning and the conversations after. You get to see Hattie say that they aren't in there training as bodybuilders or powerlifters. They're in there as a couple of men losing their mind.
As you guys know, like I told you in the beginning of the video, I don't want you guys to ever judge anybody's character in here based on the things that are said in the gym, okay? It's aggressive, but we just want to bring the best out of him. We want to bring the best out of him. Like, I wanted to see him come in here, and I wanted to be able to like say, yo, I went there and I unlocked a new level of myself that I didn't feel like I had within me. Because that's the experience that I had here, and I want to share that with anybody who comes through. And I want you to know, like, bro, you know, you're welcome here. You came in, your family now. You worked out with us, your family.
They're doing it because it's therapeutic. And Greg even says, how is this therapeutic? Well, it's therapeutic just like martial arts can be therapeutic to people, because you are able to push yourself in a way that completely separates yourself from the normal life you are living. And that's genuinely therapeutic. You can try to debate that if you want, but it's difficult to actually prove a point because that's scientifically proven. But Will was pushed beyond his limits. And as a Will Tennyson fan, it was tough to see Will's spunky character that usually remains regardless of his difficulties really diminish. I mean, towards the end of the video, he might have slipped in a joke from the halfway point to the very end. And that's not usual for Will. Usually he's slipping some comedy in there constantly. And you can see towards the end, he's got that scared puppy face on.
You got something to prove, baby boy. You got something to prove, baby boy. Show me. Come on, killer. Go. Come on, killer. Let's go.
And hey, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Like that, any one of us would have that same face on.
Let's go, Will. Let's go, Will. Get out your fucking head. Let's go, Will. Get your feet right. Let's go, Will. Down, up. You gotta stop going. Get up. Yeah. Get up.
But it seems to me that people just make a judgment, a knee-jerk reaction, as always on the internet. But with this one, they missed a crucial point, is that we, as humans, are meant to push ourselves beyond our limits every once in a while.
They're like, oh shit, they just pushed me to a new level of crazy. He's never, for the rest of his life, gonna work out the same after today. Because he took himself somewhere mentally and physically that he can no longer turn the fuck off. The dog is embedded in him. It's like he got bit by rabies.
I mean, any number of people that go out and do an endurance run or an endurance cycling event, Greg, they end up brutally destroying their body. Regardless of how much they trained, they push themselves beyond their limits to get a better time or a better outcome. And that can have detrimental health effects. In fact, many people that run marathons end up peeing blood or having rhabdo, which Greg threatens, oh my God, he could have gotten rhabdo. Yes, but he also knew what he was getting into. This is how they train. This is what it is for. It is for a mental exercise. It's not about the physical push. It's not about having perfect form, which they say in the beginning. If you watch the actual full-length video, Greg, because it's about finding how far you can actually push yourself. It is a mental exercise. And most of you know, I love the idea of pushing yourself as a human being, as finding out how far you can actually go, and there's value to that. If you don't see that, well, you might actually benefit from doing that. In fact, the people that would benefit most from the message of that video are the people that are angry in the comments about the video, because they aren't pushing themselves enough at some point in their life. And we as humans are so much more capable of what we actually put our limits on. We are capable of so much more. This is like the whole David Goggins concept of when you think you're completely tapped out, you've actually only gone 40% of the way and you've got 60% left in the tank.
Just relax. Can you find your balls?
Well, I think we saw that over and over again in this video with Will. And these guys train hardcore, but they don't do that all the time. It's not every single day that they train like that. If you notice, Hattie's videos are posted every couple weeks. They're spaced out for those just intense, massive training sessions. But that gives time for the rest of the training sessions for him to exert himself in a way that is much greater than anyone else's, but still feels contained and controlled to him. And there's nothing wrong with pushing yourself, and especially if someone signs up and agrees to do something and they know what they're getting into, well, I mean, that's kind of the way it is. Why are people complaining and upset? I mean, I'm sure that when Will was icing every single square inch of his body sitting at home, and he gets the notification that his video was demonetized because of the content, he was probably a little bit upset because he's sitting there in pain beyond explanation. And he was like, at least I'm getting paid, right? Not anymore. In fact, you paid for plane tickets and paid for whatever, and you might have lost money on that one. But if you watched Hattie's video before you made your judgment and knee-jerk reaction and commented, you would have seen the ending where they talk with Will. They ask him about his experience, and they say, you won't work out the same after this. Because, well, once you push it that far, nothing seems that bad. And Will even said that himself mid-video, right? He said, oh, well, after 100 reps, 30 doesn't seem that bad.
You do 100 reps? 30 reps doesn't seem so bad.
Huh?
Nothing, I didn't say anything.
What was that? Yo, what did he say? Don't lie. He said 30
He said,
reps
fuck,
don't
we didn't
seem
say
so
reps.
bad. Oh, 30 reps don't seem so bad. Okay.
Which was a mistake by saying because they immediately make him push further because of that. But that's the example, is that once you push yourself as a human being, you learn a new baseline. And there's endless benefits to that. Just writing off and saying it as unsafe, it was unsafe. Yes, completely unsafe. I think we can mostly agree on that. But that's besides the point. There's many things we do in life that are entirely unsafe, but regardless, there's something we're getting out as human beings. And especially with modern day life, most people aren't pushing themselves or finding their limits. And there's something extremely fulfilling about that that can be incredibly redeeming. And Will's regular workouts are going to seem kind of mediocre now, and he can find benefits from that. He might be able to push himself further and get better gains, better results in the gym after that, even though that might not have been fully optimized. It might not have been catered to any sort of hypertrophy or strength training. It was just push. It was the mental push. And there are endless benefits to that, whether you like it or not. If you are complaining, well, you might need that. You might actually benefit from it. So maybe you should shift your mindset. Because what does complaining about seeing someone work extremely hard, and yeah, maybe you're a little defensive because you're a Will Tennyson fan and you see these guys just going all in on him. Will's video makes it look kind of like they're just attacking him. No. That's what he signed up for. That is what happens in a gym like that. If you've ever been to a fighting gym or a place that actually lifts like that, then you know this is part of the culture. It's part of what people go there for, because the push past your limits helps you hold yourself accountable and push you further than you would have if people weren't there screaming at you. Maybe it's not for everybody. In fact, it's definitely not. But it's actually probably much more valuable for the people that say it's not for them than they think it is. And maybe you should start pushing yourself further. Maybe you could benefit, because I guarantee you, you can.